What's going on YouTube? This is Jabber Tech. So this is episode 2 of my favorite Garmin Fenix watch faces. So let's get into it right away. As I mentioned, this is episode 2. So if you haven't seen episode 1, there's a link that just popped up as well as in my description below. We all know there's a ton of watch faces in the IQ store, but some of them are not really worth it, but this one here is definitely worth it. This one is called WF25 Cool, and this is a really customizable watch face. There's tons and tons and tons of customization options in terms of the colors and whatnot, and I definitely recommend it. It is free if you want to check it out, but if you want to get some of the cooler features like the altimeter, sunrise, sunset features, and sleep tracking, you will have to make a small donation, but I think it's really worth it. So just taking a look at this watch face, it's a really cool watch face. And as I mentioned, you can change all the colors if you want, and you can change all the data fields down here to basically anything that you want. But at the top, you have a very readable day and date. You also have the time, which is super readable as well as the seconds here. You have your notification center right down there, as well as a battery icon, your heart rate. Turning on the watch face gives you an entirely different readout, and that's what's really cool. I like this display that it kind of changes. So you can see you still have the same format, but the seconds are a lot larger. This is the always on display. And that's the normal one. So you see I have the altimeter on the bottom, and that's worth the donation right there in my opinion. Just to show you here, you have all the color options. You can change every single thing, and you can change all the data fields. Just go through that. Again, I'm not going to change all the colors. You know what it is. You can even change the way the separator is. So it's a really, really well done watch face and something that's really deserved to be on your wrist. But let me know what you guys think about this one. The next one that we're going to look at here is called SR2. And it's a really nicely designed watch face as well. It's kind of minimalistic, but I definitely like it. You have the time, which is really displayed quite nicely. Bold numbers there. So if we look at the top, you have your sunrise sunset time. So sunset will be at 6:12 p.m. You have your battery indicator right there, as well as your connection settings, and you see it says AM. So down here is where you'll find your actual weather data. For some reason, the weather is not really working right now, but I am told there's a fix on the way. But either way, it's a really cool watch face that deserves some attention as well. And then right in the middle, you have this time format with the big bold hour number. And then you have the minutes as well as your date there. Underneath is where you'll find the distance that you've traveled. So you have your seconds here, and then you'll find your graph. You can change that second down there if you want. You can change that to your heart rate, and you can change the colors on this as well. So you can really just customize this a little bit. And as far as that graph goes there as well, you can either have it show your steps history, calorie history, or maybe your floors history if you want. So if I change that to calorie history, and then if I change the color, you can also change that color. I changed it to a red color, and then I changed it to my calorie history. So you can change some of the settings here. The next one we're going to look at, which I think is pretty interesting myself, and this one is called Kaleidoscope, and it is what it is type of watch face. You don't really have any settings here other than to change the battery percentage from either a numerical format to nothing, just to see that graph on the bottom. But I just think it's a nicely done watch face. It's pretty clean. You have your sunrise data on top, you have your connection settings here, as well as your heart rate, and then you have the day of the week, you have your time in the middle, of course you have your full date right there. I don't know what that says. If any of you understand what that says, let me know in the comments below. And then again, as I mentioned, there's your battery indicator as well as the numerical form. Then you also have the amount of steps that you've walked and the calories burned, as well as your sunset data. So again, it's a really nice watch face. I think it's a cool looking one as well. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this segment, part 2 of my Garmin Fenix episodes. Let me know in the comments below what are your favorites, and I'll definitely check them out. But I always appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in another video.